Most people are trying to save money and you are going about things completely wrong. You know, the amount of times I would sit there at my desk working a job and telling myself, if I save £500 this month and £700 next month and £700 the month after and so on and so forth, I am going to save £10,000 in 6 months. And the amount of times that didn't happen, well, every single time it didn't happen. Even though I was making £60,000, £70,000 a year. See, whenever we're talking about saving money, in essence, we want a large chunk of money to go on to do something. That could be buying a house, that could be buying a car. And so we sit there trying to save £200-300 a month. And sometimes that's not the best way. The boiler messes up, the car messes up, the insurance comes out, something goes wrong, always, and that is life. Now, the experts will tell you to save at least 40% of your salary. And no doubt, the best thing is for you guys to save at least 40%. So don't go and get a car. Don't get a car on finance. Don't overcommit to things you shouldn't be overcommitting to, because little things do make a big difference. Don't worry, I'm not trying to scare you. In fact, I'm going to give you a solution, but I need you to understand something. There's a problem. And before I give you the solution, you have to understand that saving money on a day-to-day basis isn't going to be the solution. It's something I tried doing for 5-6 years until I changed my mindset. By all means, cut back, but I still want you guys to live your life. I don't want you to live in misery for 10 years, saving every single penny to then have £100,000 at the end of 10 years. I mean, comment below. Let me know, what is the amount where you would say, if I had this much amount in my bank account, I would be very, very happy and I could do X and X and X. It varies for a lot of people, but it'd be interesting to know what your thoughts are. And let me explain something. Let's say someone saves £500 every single month. I think generically in society, we would say that person is saving quite a lot of money. And so £500 saved over 12 months is £6,000. Fair enough. It's a decent amount. After 10 years, that's £60,000. And let's say after 5 years, you get promoted and you start saving £1,000 every single month. And you are consistent, by the way. That would be £30,000 saved for the first 5 years where you're saving £500 a month. And then £60,000 for the next 5 years where you save £1,000 every single month. So £90,000 you would have saved after 10 years. Well, is that a justified amount? Can you do a lot of things with that sort of money? And what can you do? Is it even worth it for you to hold back on all your money? And well, what exactly did I do? Because my thing is, if it takes me 10 years to save £90,000 and it means that I am having to cut back on many things on a day-to-day basis, from 30 to 40 years old, for 10 years, I am cutting back on things. I'm not living my life the way I want to because I'm cutting back and saving money. And at the end of it, I've got £90,000. By the way, £90,000, what it's worth today, it's not what it's going to be worth in 10 years. You can get a house for £300,000 today, but that same house in 10 years will be £400,000. And so technically speaking, we can at least cut away 20 to 25%. So that £90,000 is actually £70,000. It's going to take you 10 years to every single day cut back on things, be consistent and save money to save £70,000. Most people are trying to save money and you are going about things completely wrong. In fact, what should be happening is understanding how to make money. You're working a job, you're putting in 40 hours a week. What you are trying to do is make money on those 40 hours and save that money. Actually, you've got something, and that's time. You can do something in the evenings, you can do something on the weekends. Imagine this, you've got your £2,500 coming to you every single month, but you don't look to save more money from that £2,500. In fact, you spend another 5, 6, 7 hours and you make another £1,000. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. It will take time, but after 6 months, after 9 months, forget that, after 1 year, if it takes you 1 year of putting in 5 to 6 hours every single week and you can add £1,500 to your income, that will change your life forever. Because now you have an income stream, not only where you're making money, but something that can grow. And so if it takes you 1 year to create an income where you're making £1,500 extra a month, after 1 year, that's £18,000. But the idea is it's an income, it can grow. The reality is this, when you're making £2,500 a month in your job, you might get a promotion from £2,500 to £2,600 or £2,700, but it's capped. How much money can you save from £2,500? Well, £500, £1,000 maximum. But if you start an income for yourself, if you start a stream for yourself and it's making £1,000, even £1,000 after 1 year, it can grow into something which is making it £2,000 after 1 year, which by the way is super difficult, if not impossible to do when you're working a job and trying to save money from the money you're already making. This is a mindset shift that I had to do and I need you guys to do. In fact, this is the mindset shift that changed my life completely. And from trying to save money that I was making, I went to stop trying to save money and making money. When I understood I needed to make money, and that was the only way I was going to have money in my bank account, I was terrible in savings, in fairness, but I understand something now. Now I thank Allah Azza wa Jal that I have 100,000, 200,000 pounds at times in my bank account, and it's not a problem. But I know what you're going to be thinking, that it's easier said than done. And the reality is, hear me out. Listen to what I say. I can even give you business ideas. I can even tell you ways. You're working 40, 45 hours every single week. You have the evenings free. You have the weekends free. Can you start something online? Can you provide a service? Can you do coaching calls? Can you teach someone something? Can you do marketing? Can you learn a new skill? How many of you guys are learning new skills that you can monetize at a later point? If you're an accountant today and you think, well, my speciality is maths, or my speciality is, can you learn something to then monetize at a later point? Can you focus on a skill for 3 to 6 months? If today you learn editing, Photoshop, design, which is totally irrelevant to what you are doing, I promise you, you could be making a lot of money extra a month just from working the evenings and the weekends. It's something I'm super passionate about. Irrespective of whatever you're doing in your day-to-day job, you need to be upskilling yourselves. I mean, how many of us continue to get new skills and learn new things after finishing university? Not many of us. And that's exactly why I created a platform called Teach You, where you can learn new things. And the first month, £1.99, £1.99, and go and learn new skills. Even if it means that it's an introduction, even if it means it increases your mind, even if it means that it shows you how people can learn new things, it's a new way. You need to open your mindset and understand that you can achieve a lot of things. But how did I do it? How did I save a lot of money within 6 months? Well, I started my own company. I started my own company with only £1,000. I started a recruitment company which didn't need £1,000. It only cost me about £400-500 to set up and run my company. And I ran my company for 3 months, and within 3 months, we started making a lot of money. Now, when I started making a lot of money, I automatically was holding that money. I was keeping that money. And 6 months in, we were making money. And so when I was seeing that money come into my bank accounts, I was unable to spend it because my life depended on my salary and how I was living my life previously, which was 2.5, 3, and £3,500 a month I was spending. So then when I was making 10, 15, £20,000 a month, then obviously I was unable to spend it and I was automatically saving money. So the point is this: for 2024, for your family, for your people, you need to go and understand that you need to make more money to save more money. And stop trying to save money from the money you already have, well, because you are restricted. You've got handcuffs on and it's not going to be easy.